Okay, so we're here, we're live. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Let me make sure I have the volume off, or I should say, you muted on my phone before we get started. Drop a one in the live chat if you can hear me clearly. Please do that for me right now. Please drop a one in the live chat if you can hear me clearly. Today's stream is going to be, I don't want to say it's a test stream. I don't want to say that because technically it is because I'm going live from a different location. So if there's any weird noises that you hear around me, let me know, right? Because this is a different location. So if there's noises that might be a little bit disturbing, let me know. And I also never go live this late in the evening. I just don't do that ever, right? So this is a bit of a test stream to a degree. We'll see how this goes, right? How the video performs and whatnot. But at the same time, what I have to say concerning Roland Martin isn't outside of the realms of things that I would usually talk about, right? It all falls within the scope of what I would normally talk about. So I see the ones coming in. So that's what's up. Thank everybody for showing up. Black Light, Fanteezy, Bronze the God, and everybody. So we can get into today's stream, right? And what I wanted to talk about today very quickly was the way Cornel West, when he announced that he was running for president, right? A lot of people got in their feelings about it. They got upset about it. People that are, diehard, stomp down Democrats. And Roland Martin was one of those people, right? Roland Martin was one of those folks that last week, when Cornel West announced that he was running for president, he was really salty about it. And I wanted to run that video by you guys today, real quick, really quick. And just for us to take a look at it, to discuss it a bit, and also to a bit of breaking news, actually. And let me pull this up because this is one of the main critiques that Cornel West received when he said that he was running for president. He was running for president with the People's Party, right? And if I'm not mistaken, the People's Party is a political party that was founded by Bernie Sanders. But the problem with running for president under the party of the People's Party is that the People's Party only had they're only available in 3 states as far as being on a ballot, right? They're only available in 3 states. So if you went to vote for Cornel West and he was running underneath the People's Party banner, then most likely you would have been able to vote for him. But right, slight change has happened, and it appears that Cornel West has taken that critique of him to heart, because a lot of people were saying that Cornel West, this is a vanity run for him, and he's just trying to steal votes from Biden. He's being dumb and all these other things. Um, Plot twist: Cornel West is now running for president under the Green Party banner. He just announced this, I want to say, a little over an hour ago, right? A little over an hour ago, maybe an hour and 15 minutes ago, he announced this. And I want to read this off to you very quickly before we get into the Roland Martin video. So let me pull that up for you right now, right? And also, the Green Party, if I remember correctly, it is also available as far as voting on ballots are concerned in 21 states. So Cornel West has moved from being able to vote for him in 3 states to now you being able to vote for him in 21 states. So let's get into what Cornel West had to say very quickly. So this is what Cornel West just said. He announced this, like I said, a little bit over an hour ago. Let me make sure that I have it up on a screen, and let me remove myself. So Cornel West stated this. Cornel West said, in the spirit of a broad united front and coalition strategy, I am pursuing the nomination of the Green Party for President of the United States. Go to cornelwest24.com for more information to continue to support this unprecedented effort to empower precious poor, I believe that's precious, yeah, precious poor and working people here and abroad. I thank the volunteers of the People's Party for the initial launch. Like I said, the initial criticism was that Cornel West, you're not serious if you're running under the People's Party banner, because they're only available in 3 states to vote for them as far as ballots are concerned. Well, now he is with the Green Party. And like I said, the Green Party is available in 21 states. And I'm going to pull that up for you right now as well, very quickly. And then we can get into the Roland Martin video. So let me just remove this from off the screen and let's get back into, or let's get into the Green Party website so that we can see that, like I said, Roland Martin, he's upped the ante a bit. He has upped the, and not Roland Martin, but Cornel West has upped the ante a bit. So here's the Green Party website, Green Party US, and let me make sure that, yeah, I'm not on the screen. And as you can see, it clearly reads, because of the performance of our presidential candidates in 2016, state Green parties have maintained ballot access in 21 states, more post-election ballot lines than we have had in over a decade. Okay, so the Green Party is available more now than they've been in over a decade. As far as ballot lines are concerned, they are now available in 21 states. So it looks like Cornel West isn't playing any games, right? It appears that Cornel West is somewhat serious about running for president, right? Because he upped the ante and now he's with the Green Party now. He had to leave the People's Party alone. Give me just 1 second. And I'm so mad at myself right now. Give me a second. I'm sorry. And no, Rob, it's not the Ethernet cord. It was not the Ethernet cord, Rob. Oh, boy. Okay, so let's get into it. You know, I'm looking at the replay right now on my phone, and my booty was all in the camera. Lord have mercy. All right, so thank you very much. Before we get into the Cornel West video, big shout out to Meet Anthony Brown. Shout out to you, Meet Anthony Brown, for being the first person to contribute to tonight's stream. I appreciate the support, brother. Thank you very much. All the support is needed. Tiff, you already know what it is. Struggle stream is definitely, we struggle streaming right now. All right, we struggle streaming officially. You know, booty all in the camera, ridiculous. You know, we struggle streaming, but it is what it is, right? So let's get into this Roland Martin clip and let's dissect it a little bit, okay?
Two major parties, Republicans and Democrats, all right? The Libertarian Party, they have ballot access in 33 states, okay? Mm-hmm. The Green Party has ballot access in 17 states. The Constitution Party has ballot access in 12 states.
And obviously, correction, the Green Party has ballot access in 21 states.
The People's Party has ballot access in 3. Isn't this a vanity project?
Yeah.
Like I said, you can see how salty Roland is throughout the entirety of this discussion, which isn't really too long. He does a lot of the kind of like feminine eye rolling and things of that nature. When he talks about Cornel West, he doesn't want to badmouth Cornel West because I'm assuming that he has had some sort of relationship with him in the past, and he probably doesn't want to make that relationship too estranged, right? But as a diehard stomp down vote blue, no matter who, or he has to do his job and throw salt on Cornel West campaign. So throughout the duration, when you see him talking, he's going to do a lot of eye rolling and neck snapping and weird stuff like that. Kind of suspect behavior, if you ask me. But let's get into it. Let's see what the people have to say on this panel.
This is a symbolic project. Definitely, you can see that he doesn't really have the reach, for example, to just in terms of ballot access, if you laid out there, to make the same sort of damaging impact, shall we say, that a Ralph Nader did. However, we've seen him over the years. We saw his transformation from fan of Barack Obama to nemesis of Barack Obama. And
I have to stop right there. Cornel West never went from a fan of Barack Obama to a nemesis of Barack Obama. He went from a fan of Barack Obama to, once Barack Obama became president, a harsh critiquer of Barack Obama, because him, just like Tavis Smiley, they were the only ones, as far as, Black intellectuals were concerned, right? As far as Black folks in the mainstream, him and Tavis Smiley were the only ones that were willing to hold Barack Obama accountable as it pertains to him doing nothing for Black Americans. They were the only ones to do it. Everybody else was scared and tap danced for Barack Obama, except for Cornel West and Tavis Smiley. So what she's saying just simply isn't true. He never became a nemesis of Barack Obama, right? He was a harsh critiquer of Barack Obama, as he should have been. But, that's just how it goes, right? I am a harsh critiquer of the Democratic Party. So like I said earlier, even though I've said in the previous stream, right? Even though you might be looking at me right now, I'm actually not a real person, okay? For those of you who don't know, I'm a Russian bot powered by artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. If you notice and you really think about it, no one has actually ever seen me in person, right? You can't pinpoint to anybody who said they've actually seen me before, because I'm not real. I'm a Russian bot powered by artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. I'm a hologram, okay? But let's get back into this discussion over here.
And we've seen his activity continue to increase in relation to supporting the Bernie campaign. So, I think that he had.
I thought that was very interesting as well. That she's kind of disparaging him or wagging her finger at him for supporting Bernie Sanders, when we all know Bernie Sanders is also a stomp down Democrat, vote blue no matter who guy. Bernie Sanders is the progressive, like I said in my last video, that he's the progressive, right? That Cornel West actually is, right? Bernie Sanders pretends to be a progressive. He's not a progressive. He's just a typical Democrat, right? But Cornel West is the actual progressive that Bernie Sanders pretends to be. Bernie Sanders runs cover, or I shouldn't say run cover. I can't think of what the word that I'm looking for right now is. But Bernie Sanders, his whole game is play the whole progressive socialist role, right? Play that whole role. That does a really good job in getting the young people involved, right? Because young people tend to gravitate to progressive ideals, right? So when he does that, like he did in 2016, and like he did in 2020, he'll talk all this good progressive talk. And then when push comes to shove, what ultimately ends up happening is that he'll bow out of the election and then say, hey, we had a great run, but now everybody go vote for Hillary. That's what he said in 2016, right? The same thing again in 2020. Talks all the progressive talk. He gets all the young people fired up to want to go vote for him. He bows out and then he says, hey, we had a great run. Now go vote for Joe Biden. That's who Bernie Sanders is. So once again, with her saying, kind of wagging her finger at Cornel West for being a supporter of Bernie Sanders, I find that real interesting that she would do that, given the fact that anybody with a brain knows that Bernie Sanders is a vote blue no matter who stomped down Democrat, right? He's not the progressive that he says he is. He's not the progressive that Cornel West is. You know what I mean? So I thought that was very interesting. Shout out and thank you very much to College of Natural Health Science, BDA, for your contribution to the channel. College of Natural Health Science, BDA, is the second person to contribute to today's stream. Thank you very much. It's definitely much appreciated and does not go unnoticed. You stated that you are a very handsome hologram Russian bot. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, they make Russian bots like me. They make Black Russian bots like myself good in Russia. You know what I mean? They're really good. Like the artificial intelligence technology and the hologram technology that they have in Russia, it's really good. They make us really well, They make us really well. Let's get back into the stream. All right, let's get back into the video.
Has now had a moment in his life where he's trying to
I'm sorry. Let me just rewind that back just a little bit.
I think that he has now had a moment in his life where he's trying to do something else. I know that he ran into some sort of.
I'm sorry for pausing it again. Shout out to was it Raheem? If I said, he said, if you're not hitting the like button, what are you watching for? Man, let me. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. There's 439 of you all in here. Please hit the like button. If you're watching the stream and you're not hitting the like button, then what are you watching for? I appreciate that. I should leave that up the whole stream. Now let me get back into what the salty commentary this woman had on on Cornel West. So let's get back into it.
Challenge, now had a moment in his life where he's trying to do something else. I know that he ran into some sort of challenge, at Harvard. I'm not sure exactly where he landed now, but maybe this is some sort of, I want to get back into the spotlight. Maybe he misses a little bit of politics, and maybe this time he wants to be the one in the center, at least for a few opportunities.
Now that was very disingenuous on her behalf, because Cornel West, he never fell off, right? He never went anywhere. Even after the harsh Barack Obama critiques, he never fell to the wayside, kind of like, our good brother Tavis kind of fell to the wayside. They did a number on him, on Tavis, and really got him out of the paint with as hard as he was going in on Barack Obama. But Cornel West, on the other hand, he never went anywhere. He never went anywhere. He maintained his position. So her saying that Cornel West is basically just seeking clout, in his old age, he's looking to get back into the spotlight again. It just isn't true. He's never left the spotlight. But once again, this is just vote blue no matter who salty commentary on Cornel West, because they're scared that he's going to take votes away from Joe Biden.
I mean, look, in 1988, Juliana Lenora Fulani, she ran and got ballot access in all 50 states with a New Alliance Party. And a lot of people out here who are always talking about, oh, man, we need to have our own party, not understanding that means infrastructure. Like, you literally have to do some work to put that thing together. You just don't just go, hey, here's a party. I mean...
shout out to Rob. I'm gonna have to quote Rob, and troll Rob a little bit from Blacklight Revelations, too. As Rob would say, now here's my question, right? And I'm gonna pose that question to you all. Now here's my question: why hasn't people like Roland Martin, right? Those who have a name, those who allegedly have influence, and they do have a little bit of change and connection. After all these years and all this time and all these decades, my question is, why haven't they gone down the path of laying down that infrastructure? Why haven't they done that? Why are they so stuck and fixated with being a part of the Democratic Party as opposed to breaking away and starting our own political party that actually represents the interest of Black America, right? Why haven't they done that? Why hasn't he done that? How come nobody that he's affiliated with has seriously attempted to do that? That's the question that I think seriously needs to be asked, and that we need to be looking at him and saying to him, why haven't you done that? Because every now and then you'll see Roland Martin might give a critique here and there. He'll kick up a little dust and act like he's mad about the Democrats, and with them dragging their feet concerning Black issues from time to time. But the thing is that he's not consistent. He's not consistent at all, right? It's something that he does every now and then to just kind of try to make him look good amongst the people, just so he doesn't look so much like a Democratic shill, right? But he doesn't do it consistently. And that's also very telling as well, right? The fact that he doesn't do it consistently. And on top of that, he hasn't gone out of his way to lay down that groundwork or assist others in laying down that groundwork, or even putting that into the atmosphere for something for us to consider if we are displeased with the Democratic Party. His whole goal and his whole objective is to keep us stuck with them no matter what. I don't know. So, like I said, that's just a question to ask him. Shout out to Big G for being the third contributor to today's live stream. Thank you very much, Big G. I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate the contribution to today's show. It does not go unnoticed, and it is definitely appreciated. Now, let's get back into this conversation with Roland Martin and the Salty Crew.
And so there are rules that exist in every single state. So to have a real party, you've got to have infrastructure and access to the ballot. If they only in three states, I'm just saying.
It's rhetorical. You know.
Wait a minute. What? Really? I forgot. I was going to make a video about the Juneteenth concert, but I didn't. I didn't know that was happening right now. No, he's not, TD Hip Hop Media. In fact, he's at the White House tonight at the Juneteenth concert. Well, there you go. And it was really a rhetorical question when I was saying that about Roland Martin. We all know what time it is with Roland Martin, but that says it all. J Bags, he's at the Juneteenth concert right now with I believe Method Man, and I'm not being facetious for those of you who don't know. Method Man is going to perform at the Juneteenth concert, alongside with a couple of other people. But shout out to Method Man, right? Let's get back into this video.
It is rhetorical leadership. That's all it is. I mean, I love Cornel dearly. We go back more than 50 years. Shouldn't say that, but it's the truth. I think the world of him, but I think that it's got to be rhetorical leadership. It's impractical. He can't win it. As you say, it's three states. But you know what? We've seen these rhetorical leaders often raise the kind of issues that then trickle up to the, if you will, real campaigns. So, he is a passionate social economic justice warrior. He connects very well with lots of folks and doesn't connect well with some other ones, but that's another story. But I mean, he connects well with lots of folks and people enjoy hearing him talk. If he gets the same kind of debate access that, let's say, Marianne Williamson had in the 20 campaign, what impact might that have?
But
her party didn't have ballot access either. So I'm just saying it's a rhetorical exercise. It's not a political exercise.
Well, here's the thing with that, right? And Roland Martin's actually going to speak to this, because he's running as a third-party candidate, he wouldn't have had access to be able to debate Joe Biden anyways, right? He wouldn't have been able to. But here's the thing also, and I did need to make a video about this, and I didn't. Not Roland Martin. Joe Biden isn't doing debates. He's not doing any debates, right? No establishment Democrat is running for office. They've all agreed that Biden's going to run. So you have the Marianne Williamsons of the world and the JFK Juniors of the world and stuff like that. But they're not going to be able to debate Joe Biden because he's not doing debates, right? So even if Cornel West ran as a Democrat, it wouldn't have mattered because Joe Biden doesn't want to debate anybody. Shout out to Torian Rain Reloaded for the super chat. Thank you, bro. Torian said it's 10:30 out here. That concert is probably over. It's past Biden's bedtime. he took his, Ovaltine, and is out. I forgot about Ovaltine. People still drink Ovaltine, like his son, whenever he goes ski sloping. Shout out to Tori, man. I appreciate that, bro, for the super chat. And thank you very much for Andrea for the support that you just showed me on Cash App. Thank you, Andrea, and thank you for all of you who supported today's show. And also, please make sure you hit that the like button if you haven't already. There are 510 of you in here right now. Please make sure you hit the like button. Now let's carry on.
No. What I'm saying here is that if he actually chose to run as a Democrat, that's a different ball game. But you're talking about you're running with a party that can't get you anywhere. You're not going to be in any debates. Okay. So what gives?
I think this is totally fine. I think ballot access does not matter. And here's why I say that. Even when you have third-party candidates that do have access in all 50 states, they still really don't have a chance because most people kind of understand that the two parties are so polarized that you've got to sort of pick a side about where you are. And a lot of times third-party candidates end up trying to reach out to both parties, which is pretty much impossible because then people feel like they get nothing. And so I think that this is good. And then the reason why I say that is because the internet has no ballot access. And so by virtue of the fact that he's even
She's the only one that's speaking with some sense. So shout out to her.
running for president, he's going to get some attention. And what that will do, because this is not going to have any effect on the right, what that will do for Democrats is help our nominee sharpen how he's going to talk about what Democrats have done, talk about what he has done, which, by the way, I mean, because when you have a primary where you just kind of walk right through it, which we know with, as you mentioned, the ballot access, he's not going to have a chance at really changing anything for Biden. But I think that it will be good that he will have he's going to talk about what Democrats have done. Biden will have to think about sharpening how he will explain his record. And I do think that it is not good when people just walk right into the general election and they have not had that practice of sort of having to explain what their record has been and what they're campaigning on, because we know that Republicans are going to prosecute the case against Democrats. And so for that reason, I think that even though the party that he's running under only has ballot access in 3 states, the reality is he's going to get attention because he is running for president. Not the same amount of attention as the 2 party nominees or the nominee for the Republicans and the Democrats, but he will get some attention.
All right. So,
and, in closing, I have to say I 100% agree with her. She was the only one that was speaking with some sense on the panel. And that's probably the one thing that it would do. We all know that Cornel West isn't going to win, but anytime you can force the Democrats in a tough position to make them actually have to answer, especially the Black folks, have to answer to what it is that you actually do. What is it that you've actually done? And we all know when it comes to Black folks, Black Americans, Joe Biden and the Democrats overall, they have done nothing. They do nothing. And it's because of the benign neglect policy, right? And I've gone into that numerous times. I'm not going to go too deep into that right now, but we all know the answer to that question. But if anything, Cornel West running for president, like this woman, like the woman said that I just played the video of, it does force the Democrats and it does force Biden to kind of have to answer for what they've actually done for Black Americans, let alone for the people, right? Because for as much as Black Americans, as much as we love the Democrats and we just can't shake the Democrats, I am starting to notice, right, to a degree, I am starting to notice that Black folks are seemingly getting a little irritated with being taken for granted. I'm going to do a video this Friday concerning that. I believe either this Friday or possibly I might even go live tomorrow on this topic. But there was a new study that came out, a new poll that came out showing that 58% of Black Americans are actually pretty undecided when it comes to Joe Biden, and they're not thrilled at all, which is good news, right? That's really good news because that's how we should be. That number should actually be higher, right? It should be more like 90% of Black Americans are undecided, if not completely out on Biden because he hasn't done anything for Black Americans. But, 58%, I'll take it. That's progress. But I'll talk about that in another stream, possibly tomorrow. So until then, I want to thank you all for joining me today. There are 539 of you all in here. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And also, please make sure you share this video out on your social media platforms. I will catch you all definitely on Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as per usual for live streams. But I may be going live again possibly tomorrow. And there'll definitely be some other videos along the way inserted in. So I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.